Now, how many of you have ever put something in a bin? Or a trash can, if you're foreign? I'm willing to bet at least 90% of you have ever put something in a bin. Now, in that demographic, how many of you have ever put a person in a bin? Yeah, it's probably a significantly smaller margin. Now, I've got a story relating to this, and before I get into it, a few people watching this video were actually there when this happened, so that's gonna be fun for them. If you were, you don't need to watch the video unless you want to hear my account of it. My obviously exaggerated account. Okay, so this happened a fair few years ago. I was in year 9, which is when you are 13 years old. If you don't know what that is in your schooling system, then look it up. Yeah, so just imagine little 13-year-old Kim Precision, you know, with his little cotton socks and his chubby cheeks and his shit haircut, just waddling about, going about his business without a care in the world. Me and some of my friends are just hanging about. Basically, we were moving hangout spots every, like as often as we were changing clothes, basically. And this new hangout spot was outside, right near a paper recycling skip. Just to give you some sort of context to the appearance of the skip. It is basically, it was the size of like a closet or a very small room. So basically, once we were just standing out there, you know, having a good time, we were talking and everything, and for some reason, somebody had a tennis ball. And basically, my two friends were like, do you know what? Let's see if we can throw this tennis ball and get it as close to the opening as possible, but just above the opening. It was like a little slit to push anything through. It's just a box, this skip. So they took a few times, you know, throwing it, just hitting like the rim, like the top of it, and literally just above the hole, until one person threw it as hard as they could, plop, into the bin. Right, inside the bin, and it's so big, like, you couldn't just, like, look into the hole, reach your arms through, and reach down, because it would be, it is the height of any pupil. Basically, they were thinking about what to do. They're like, so there are a lot of logical conclusions to this, maybe. Oh, Kim, get in the bin.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
So obviously I was not really prepared for getting in the bin to go and fetch this tennis ball. Because obviously this tennis ball was the most important thing in the world to these two people. So they wanted the tennis ball. And obviously the only logical solution would be for me to get in the bin and fish it out. So I obviously just was really skeptical. I was like, no, I'm not doing it, alright? Why did my Facebook just go off? For fuck's sake. So I obviously just didn't want to do it. Like, obviously. I don't know if anybody else would, but you know, it's getting in a bin, a small room-sized bin with a lid on, with a padlocked lid, no. So I was like, no, mate, no, I don't really want to. And they were just like, get in. I was like, no, get in, no. And then, okay, let me give you a bit of context to this. Let's just call this guy Jimmy, actually. Let's call him Jimmy. That sounds like a good name. So Jimmy, alright, this guy, not really good friends with him at all. He was in year 11 at the time, so to me, my little 13-year-old self, you know, I saw him as like he was like big and like muscly and everything, and I saw him as like, oh god, look at that, like adult, like he fucking had like little pubic hairs coming off his chin. It was great, but yeah, he was he basically scared the shit out of me. Like if he wanted to come and fight me, that would not be a very good situation for a little 13-year-old me. But yeah, and basically what he did was, he wrapped his arms around my waist, picked me up, and slotted me through the hole in the skip. So I got pushed through, and I was like, I didn't really have a choice as soon as I was halfway through and getting pushed in by everyone. So, yeah, I ended up in the bin. I could actually walk around in it. So I managed to sift through some of the old exam papers that were obviously just thrown in there because people were doing terrible and they just didn't want to show it to their parents. And, yeah, I found the tennis ball, and I threw it out. And so someone caught it and was like, yeah, okay, you got the tennis ball. Oh, alright, cool, yeah, cool. How do I get out? Yeah, so I tried to get out, okay. There was not enough paper in the bin for me to get any leverage to climb out of the hole. So I could basically just sort of dangle my arms over the hole. yeah, that was not a very good time at all for me, to be honest. Some people tried to grab my arms and try and pull me through that way, but all that really achieved was just making my arms hurt, to be honest. So I was stuck there for about 20 minutes. I was just sort of walking around. People were trying to think up of like a master plan, like how will Kim get out the bin? It wasn't really that easy until I saw a teacher walk past the bin, right? She obviously saw me out of the corner of her eye. I tried to duck out the way. Didn't really work. She was like, "Excuse me, what are you doing in there?" I said, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing in there. I got slotted in. I got pushed in. So, basically, what happened then is they had to get the caretakers, right? One with emergency bolt cutters, right? And the other one with a ladder. And then, at this point, word had gone round so fast that I had about a crowd of... It's got to be like 30 or 40 people just gathering round, like taking pictures and stuff. And like they slotted the ladder through the hole, so I had to climb up it, right? I had to climb up it sideways. So I'd climb up it normally, and then as soon as I got to where the hole was to get out, I needed to turn my body so it was horizontal. And then after about, like, I actually got stuck in the slot again, and after some sort of pulling and pushing, I finally got out. There was a round of applause. Everyone was cheering. Because I was in there like 40 minutes by this point. And I got out, and it was honestly like the Chilean miners. And after that, I actually got like lots of marks up my back. And I was in a lot of pain. But didn't get in trouble, didn't mention it again. In fact, my mum didn't even hear about it until I actually told her. And she was like, "Kim, did you get you got stuck in the bin?" Yeah, I got stuck in the bin. So basically, that's my claim to fame. Don't get pushed in a bin. Those are Kim's words of wisdom. Make sure to leave a like if you've never been stuck in a bin. I shall not be liking this video. And I shall see you in my next one. Goodbye.